what's right in front of them. Rise immediately falls to Peterbot's accuracy, but it comes at a cost. Peterbot's lost Boyo. The lobby has closed in. Peterbot from the low ground, forced to throw out the armored wall, but everybody's got their eyes on the prize. It seems as though they've all pinpointed the fact that this is a solo operation.
And look, he's still trying to possibly save his teammate. Remember, Boyo has a lot of kills as well in the extra material, but no, he has to give it up. He has to leave him behind. And we have seen Peterbot be here before. I mean, he just won a game where he clutched it up. So, top 14 now. It's not over just yet. Queasy still alive. Thomas HD on the front side of zone. Peterbot is just cooking, though. Taking down Teeny now. Every single time he drops a team and finds more eliminations, he is gapping himself away from second and third place.
And think about the mental game. It's starting to unfold for Queasy and Thomas. They're watching this elimination feed light up. Peterbot, regardless if he's got Boyo or not, he's willing to make some miracles happen. Low ground control, though, belongs to Thomas HD and Queasy. They're trying to make some eliminations happen. They need those points. They've got 5 already, but Peterbot just continuing his massacre at this stage.
Keep your attention down at the bottom right now as Thomas HD just found elimination in low ground, and they're starting to put the pressure while Peterbot's trying to rotate. Thomas is going to find another one down low, and he is still cooking here. Meanwhile, Queasy backs him up and takes down Reek on the low ground there, and they are just turning up. This is why they're first and second place given into this 11 match right here. They are decimating the lobby.
It's a 1 versus 2 scenario, but Peterbot is just making it happen. Thomas HD and Queasy sitting at 8 eliminations already, though. But Peterbot gets another ritual, isolated, no re in sight because he's been taken out earlier on. And Peterbot continuing to tarp his way through the low ground. There's a possibility, MDF, these two might actually just clash head on.
We have a 2v2 and then all solos in between. One of those solos is, of course, Peterbot. Rapid is gonna fall as well, and he just does not stop claiming eliminations at this point. Booga on the backside of zone. Don't come out, son. It's not gonna go well if you step into Peter's domain. Meanwhile, Thomas HD, Queasy are setting up the victory royale.
Thomas HD, Queasy, they know. It's Peterbot and Booga.
Oh
all
my
they have
God.
to deal with, but Peterbot gets a huge chunk out of Queasy. Thomas is gonna fall. One more shot could do it. Peterbot with the refresh, continuing to break through on the low ground. He's making the impossible happen.
Queasy versus Booga up top. Takes him down. Queasy versus Peterbot now. How badly do you want it? Queasy is looking for the tag. Both shots can easily go any way. Peter finds the first one. Can he get the second? He is incredible.
The second time today, Peterbot knew it was exclusively down to him, and left to his own devices, he delivers.
You just cannot make this up. He is too good.
Wow, wow, wow. Give it up for Peterbot and Boyo! You know, is that a taste of what's to come? The 1v1 versus Queasy, the last play of the game. Peterbot, you were out of your mind there.
Yeah, I don't know. So I eliminated Thomas, and then I know Queasy killed one, right? And then I just knew it was a free win because it was Queasy and not Thomas, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, yeah, this is... I'm enjoying this. Are you enjoying this too?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, he solo clutched both our wins today, so, I mean.
We started the day with you guys, a good 60 points in the lead. You guys have been toe-to-toe with Thomas and Queasy all day long. It goes down to the last game now. That has got to be the greatest way to kickstart the last game of this competition. What do you guys get at? I mean, how do you kind of take in this moment, everyone watching around the world, everyone competing together, this is your time. Do you feel this is your time as a duo as well?
Yeah, I think they're gonna land on. Yeah, I think they're gonna land on us this last game, and then we're just gonna kill them, and that'll be it.
Okay, you expecting that as well? Do you think there's a chance that Thomas and Queasy may make the play and go for you guys and land where you're landing and challenge you?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe.
I was going to say, I've asked you guys so many questions over the course of the last 2 days. I'm going to ask you what your favorite color is, Peterbot, and is it gold?
No, it's not, but That'd be nice to win, you know what I'm saying?
Would be nice. One more time, would you give it up for Peanut Butter Pollo? We could not have asked for a greater way to go into our final Game 12. It is so close now. FNCS Global Championships 2024 could not have asked for a better way to close things out. Do not go anywhere. Stay exactly where you are, because after this, we'll be crowning our champions. We'll see you in a bit.
Fortnite fam. Fortnite fam. We are seeing history being made before our very eyes. Vivid 11-2K. Is that possibly the craziest clutch we have ever seen in FNCS history?
Stakes on the line, right? Like, it may not be like one of the, I don't know, like the craziest ones we've ever seen, but you have to take everything into account. On the stage, lights are on, fans are cheering. They're both first and second place. Peterbot's a solo, and he's just ice cold in the clutch. Levin, we can never count him out. How?
It doesn't get much better than this. I mean, this is everything you asked for. When Hoya goes down, you're looking at Peterbot going, surely he doesn't clutch again. We just saw one of the best clutches we've seen from him all year. And then with Queasy and Thomas in the lobby, they are just bossing it. It looks like if anybody else is in the lobby other than those two, it's a clear win for them. But for them to come blow to blow at the end there, Vivid, oh my goodness. This script is nuts.
You're welcome. You're welcome. There's no way. How would we have ever known? How would we know? And it's like in those moments, right? Top 25. You always kind of wish
like the first and second team kind of go head to head. In a manner like this, though, where really Peterbot should not have been able to pull this off. Back against the wall, look at the materials, look at all, and yet he takes down Thomas, and then it's just a 1v1, and it comes down to angles? What are these angles, Vivid?
I don't know. Like, Peterbot's tracking is incredible. He just seems to always find the shot first, immediately build afterwards. He's got like, what, 25 HP right there? Just takes no damage from Queasy at all. It is just insane.
I mean, thank you to those guys for making this the competition of ages, really.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people came into today thinking it wasn't going to be close. They were going to run away with it, myself included.
Yeah.
But these guys have put up a championship-winning performance, and you look at individuals, of course, Peter talking a bit of smack there, right, when he's saying he wishes he was happy it was Queasy instead of Thomas. But when you look at how Thomas has been playing, understandably so, Thomas has been absolutely on it all throughout the day. The shots he's been hitting has been so clutch. Oh man, I wonder how they're feeling after that, right? They would have expected to win that.
Do they even like? They probably don't even know what's going on. They're gonna watch this back and be like, he did what from where as a who? I mean, Queasy and Thomas are just going up against. I mean, you chatted with him, Levin, right? The words that were coming out of Queasy's mouth yesterday, he was like, "How do we beat that?"
I mean, he's making it look possible, at least, right? And
yeah.
And that was one of the things even he emphasized yesterday. He felt like it almost wasn't possible. But clearly is this here. When they start going up and you're like, oh my god, they're just gonna wipe everyone out of the lobby at this point. Thomas drops down to try to take Booger out, and it's so unfortunate there that Peterbot is just lurking about in the bottom of the zone. I mean, in so many other situations, if you rewind that game, you rewind that end game, they win it more often than not, you'd reckon.
Yeah.
But fine margins, Zeke. It comes down to the angles.
Hey, just listen to the crowd. Or literally in that moment, everyone is losing their minds. This is still a close game, okay? Because I do want to call out here, Queasy and Thomas, they got 12 eliminations that game, right? So it's still, if Peterbot and Pollo go down early, Queasy Thomas could still win. I have a question, though. At the beginning of the show, Adam was talking with Queasy and Thomas HD, and he said, listen, if it comes to that, going into game 12, could we see and relive that invitational moment? What did Queasy say?
Queasy basically mentioned that if the gap between second and third place was enough, right? Enough to go ahead and justify, like, oh, listen, if we have a bad game 12, we get 0 points, we're still going to get second, and we're going for it. We're running it back from invitational. We're landing on Peterbot and Pollo 11. What does that kind of make you feel? You think they're going to do it or what?
I mean, the gap is there. You look at Peterbot and Pollo, and I know they've had some hiccups in the earlier games of the day, but you can't count on them going down early, right? That isn't just how these games have played out for the most part. And so if you really want to win, you want to take home that championship like we know Queasy and Thomas do, there is one play that can guarantee you that championship, and that is landing on them, taking the raft away from them, and winning out the game.
That's way too scary, though. Are we really saying we think they're going to commit to a raft? There's already duos there, and you know where those other duos are thinking we've got to slow them down. This could be an all-out fight at the raft.
I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to make the call. Like, could you imagine being Queasy or Thomas? Who's making that call? How do you make that call?
I mean, it's so tough. I mean, Queasy, I would assume, would be the one to make that call, but it's so much more complicated than that, right? Because even if you do land there and you take them down at the raft, there's other teams there, like you guys have mentioned.
Yeah.
What happens if one of these other teams, imagine a world where they take them down, right? Queasy and Thomas manage to land on them, take them down, and then Frex or someone else in the POI goes on a minute.
Yeah,
look, running out.
They pop over.
You know what I mean? Like, it's risky business. It's different from Invitational. Cammy and Seti, when Queasy and Venno landed on those guys, they were landing at an uncontested POI, right? So there was room for it to happen.
Well, fam, this is hearts racing. We hope you are enjoying the hype. We're getting closer to starting off the game number 12. Vivid, I gotta ask, how are you feeling? One game left to go.
Only one emotion rushing through my body right now, and that is excitement. We're, what, 25 minutes away from watching that trophy up there get hoisted by our global championships. One more game separates us and that.
Levin, how are you feeling, man?
You wanna know how I'm feeling? You want to know how I'm feeling?
Yeah.
I'm feeling like it all comes down to this. One more game remaining, legacies on the line. I think back to moments. This game's all about moments. Fortnite's about moments. I think back to the World Cup. The young Argentinian king fighting to push his family's life over, fighting for his destiny. I think back to even earlier yesterday, Swizzy, all the adversity he's faced, fighting up against the best duo in the world, Peter and Poyo in a 1v2. He did it. I think back to the Invitational 2022. Queasy, Veno against Seti and Cammy to win it all. This game is about moments. Fort Worth, are you ready for a moment? Nah. Fort Worth, I said, are you ready? This is that moment. This is that moment. Game number 12 starts now.
And it couldn't be said any better. Match 12 is here, and the competition has never been closer.
Absolute chills listening to Levin. But he has a point here, MDF. This game is all about seizing the right moment. Poyo and Peterbot flying in to the raft. Company beside them. But no Queasy and Thomas in sight.
But you do have Danoth and Tinker still here. Peterbot and Poyo will have to make it out of the drop. They will have to make all the way to endgame here to meet Thomas, HD, and Queasy to run it back one more time. Eliminations are going to be huge here for Poyo and Peterbot as they get to have a chance to open up the point discrepancy.
This is anything but a detriment, though, as far as Poyo and Peterbot are concerned. Danoth and Tinka nearly helping them tally up an additional 6 points if they're not careful. All the while, Thomas, Queasy, they've just landed touchdown home base here at Research Rock, Brawlers Battleground, and a whole game ahead of them to try and stamp their mark.
And I know everyone at home watching right now is sitting on the edge of their seats. What is gonna happen? Who is gonna take it all home and lift the trophy at the end, the bragging rights of being the best duo globally across all of the Fortnite regions? Kovacs and Huddy still have so much to fight for as well, given that their podium finish is up on the line here. Let's not forget, third place is still a huge jump up in prizing and bragging. But for Kovacs and Huddy, they've been fighting this team every single game of the weekend so far. They've been relatively successful, but this is the last chance now.
Neither side willing to budge, but for Sky and Scroll, they seem to be on the receiving end for the most part. Huddy, Kovacs trying to close in. They know just how injured they actually are, but Kovacs a little bit too ambitious. Sky, Scroll, they're gonna find the first knock. It's exclusively up to Huddy to keep that podium finish alive.
It's not over yet though. Huddy is way too healthy, and they recognize that this can go either way. Given how consistent he's been, beautiful tag right there onto one duo. Can he get the second? Surely he can, but the damage has been done, and he's forced onto the back foot, starting to run out of mats now. Armor wall comes out. Things are looking really dicey now for Huddy.
There's only so many ways that Huddy could actually choose to escape from this current position, however, and Scroll recognizes that fact. Scroll's gonna find that final elimination. Huddy and Kovacs have had a phenomenal run, but it's cut short. Poyo, Peterbot doing the same currently to Trashian threats.
And now, there's no friends in sight. Everyone at the raft must go. Peterbot and Poyo need more points, and they want to start opening up the gap here. Trash is going to be the first to fall now.
That final elimination having been established there for Poyo and Peterbot. We've got a moment to take a quick listen in with some of our teams.
Wait for the cameras, I'm gonna mark craft, yeah? I just know the streams are going like, is Queasy gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? Alright, bro. Let's get it. Fist bump, bro. Fist bump, man. Give me a fist bump, bro. Don't leave me hanging.
He thought about it. He tried to bait us. But no, you know, I do respect the fact Queasy and Thomas HD and their ability to stick to their guns, not be pressured into a decision that can throw their entire opportunity away. They've known that Peterbot and Pollo have not played perfectly today. However, when Peter has been online, when Pollo has been online, it is just incredible to witness clearly the clutches that he's put down today have proven just that.
Even when Pollo hasn't been there, the level of support that he's been able to provide for Peterbot and just fully trusting in his teammate, Peter, to clutch up every single time without fail. That is a huge amount of pressure rested upon Peterbot's shoulders, and yet he plays as if there's nothing weighing him down in the slightest.
What's really interesting about Peterbot and Pollo as well, the way they're playing right now, they're not taking any chances. Anything that moves is getting shot. You saw there, even clicks off in the dip. They're hitting everyone back. They're gonna want 1,000 feet between them. And of course, the trophy for now, but Ping and Wax here on the other side have been flying their way up the standings, truly earning their mark, making their mark here on the Globals stage. This is the grand finals, match 12 action happening right now. Yuma is gonna get his tournament cut short now. Wax has to clutch it up, but no! Rise has a different story on hand here. Gotta be careful now.
Damage has definitely already been done, though, by Wax and Ping. Even if Rise manages to overcome this 1 versus 2 scenario, without his duo, he's gonna have to make a play for the reboot ban, and that's gonna cost him so much time. Wax, Ping, though, they've got other things in mind, and that's continuing their streak here in the final hour. 2 eliminations already, a third party closing in. They've got ample amounts of shield, though. What they really need is more white heals and an opportunity to disengage, most importantly of all.
Honestly, from Wax, that was an incredible angle to counter the ramp that was thrown in the box right there. Quick thinking, swift action. It's gonna allow them to win that fight right there. Tinka has to be careful. They may have won an OCE championship, but here on the global stage, everyone is on equal footing. Things slow down for a moment. Other teams lurking nearby, listening, watching. Brazil, OCE, you never know who's gonna jump in first.
Chicho and Trulix, though, they're just sticking to what's tried and true. Surge base up, scour the entire area, and apply pressure onto the teams down in Doomsday. Keep in mind, that's likely going to be Epic Whale, Muzz, Reef, Ritual one more time, having to deal with Trulix and Chicho's affairs, but Chicho, Trulix, definitely trying to be wary. A couple of shots found their way from the flank positions, and despite how high up they've managed to build these surge bases, you could still be vulnerable when you got these open edits.
No shots returning just yet, though. Everyone almost in position for good reason. Sphinx and Dukes on the other side, playing the Storm right now, trying to, of course, secure what they can here. What a performance from Dukes this weekend here. Again, flying straight up to the top, not really looking back after making the top 5. He has just been so consistent with Sphinx. A duo that honestly we didn't even see coming out of nowhere. Back on over to Vico and Flixie. The Railways pushed out very early this time around with this far western pull.
Part of the reason being, though, we saw Vico and Flixie last we checked in. They were trying to surmount the base around the forecast tower and spawns just a little bit next to Dumpin Hazen, but with Bryce and Bolts right behind them, you almost have to imagine that Bryce and Bolts potentially could have pushed them out of that position. Chap and Teeny on the other end, they're trying to deal with the likes of Ed and Persa. Nitro drone action only going to continue to pick up. There's a lot of commotion that both of these duos are making. And they're on the outside of the zone. Granted, they have plenty of time to work with. TD and Chap can also always opt to take this flaming boost tube if they feel as though this battle isn't worth their time.
Definitely are looking like it's time to get out of here. Couple eliminations, but time to just recoup, bounce back, get the materials, and find your way towards the mid game here. Meanwhile, Booga falls to the hands of Muzz and Epic Whale, and they are racking up the loot now. Other teams are still here at the Doomstock though. Big rotates coming in, it seems like, from Reet and Ritual. Mapoli and Zoyota as well. Just lurking, trying to find an opportunity here to pounce in.
That was a big set of eliminations, though, that Muzz and Epic Whale managed to find. And the fact that it was on to Aviv and Booga can be crushing when you consider that they had started to surmount the comeback potential. Trying to maintain the top 10. Aviv unable to get the revive. Respect the commitment, but Muzz and Epic Whale just a little bit too quick on the collapse. Here, the crowd cheering as Thomas HD and Queasy come into view one more time. They're heading straight for this weapons bunker south of the Nitrodrome, and there's already company nearby. So instead, they might opt to pivot, take this flaming boost tube instead, Flowberry Fizz, and it's a fast rotate.
They're on the move right now, Swizzy and Yapko as well, just outside the Grim Grate. Trapped in between Murstache and Malibuka in the distance. A bunker here, of course, being the big upgrade to their loadout. The fact that they get this bunker completely uncontested makes a huge difference as well. Yapko with a single elim right now, starting to cap out on material. This is where focus will start to shift into where do they want to base down for the mid game. Jumping in with Boyo and Peterbot. You can see who's on the way here without giving it away. There is a very clear, determined play in motion right now to intercept this duo.
At the same time, though, you've got to time it right. Queasy and Thomas know Boyo and Peterbot, as long as they have Emma Frost reveal Medallion, every 50 seconds, that marker is going to go out. It is essentially full view of everyone surrounding you, and a big credit for as to why Peterbot has been able to find those two solo clutches for the victory royales here today.
Thomas HC is going to take a lot of damage there. It's time for Squeezy to possibly step up here, but Bach and Pars just going to back up, play that high ground, play that angle. More tags from behind. This is a huge setback now for Queasy here, forced to heal. Loadout looking pretty scrappy as well, given that they don't have big upgraded weaponry, right? They could use a bunker, they could use an elite chest or something. They definitely need something.
They've at least got mats to work with, though, and that could be the ultimate difference maker. Rift Island spawning off in the distance. Kashoro, Keiki, but it's Poyo and Peterbot that'll be first to the top. Capture point in sight. And with the control of Rift Island nearly underway, Poyo, Peterbot from this position sitting just inside of the zone as well. Their next intent likely gonna be to just fully restrict the flow of this lobby.
And it's almost easy for them to know where the Rift Island's gonna spawn. They have the forecast tower. They know where the next zone's going. Obviously, the island's gonna be in it, if not extremely close like it is right now, so it makes sense. Boyo and Peterbot are isolated here, and they will be for quite some time. This is, again, probably the weirdest Rift Island we've seen off on the western coast.
And even worse still, it's just a little bit above a weapons bunker as well. With that in mind, Peterbot, Poyo know teams are going to want to get drawn towards that weapons bunker, but trouble afoot here for Biko and Blixie, incredibly low. Biko dropping immediately the ultimate low ground. It's a risky play whenever you opt, try and glide in, but Casper, Prism on the other side of these walls, and they are looking for an opportunity to take this team out.
Taking a Alex in a fight right now, continuing to key the lobby down. They want to jump up into those positions, and now they fight their way into 5th here as they're ramping it way online right now. Vico and Flixie next door to Casper and Prism. Paper and Victor V looking inwards, trying to see what's happening here. You have Kanata and the reigning champ Cooper there as well. Very, very contested spot here. Meanwhile, Bolts and Bryce, who are our 5th place team, coming in, but now slipping down just nearby.
But Bryce and Bolts, they're still slinking around restored rails, and they can hear all of the action, all of the shots being fired just west of them, sometimes a little bit south. Bolts, Bryce, scavenging everything that remains here inside of restored reels. But if anything, their primary focus is exclusively on just maintaining a strong placement to close today out.
Great tag from Chicho. Every time we've jumped in, he is just on it with Trulex here. They've played very, very well. That 3rd place spot is what is open for them right now. To pop this Flowberry Fizz and get their rotate going now. Of course, have the dashes, given that it's right on top of the Grim Gate. And all things considering, if the zone ends on the Grim Gate, that will be a factor in its own to take into account for an end game.
Well, don't count it out just yet, because we're seeing that river of sticks get further and further into the heart of these zones. Kligs Veno caught up currently with Malabuka and Mustache. From one side of the map to the next, though, Mustache, Malabuka know that they're going to need some elimination points as well. They lost a lot of their footing they had after the conclusion of day 1. Day 2, just too many threats, too many times of falling victim to the power of Oceana, Alex, and Worthy. And now Thomas HD, Queasy, they've managed to work their way from that sticky situation of dealing with Vars and Baka at the ship-it station, but still more trouble afoot here because they are fully aware of the fact that this current surge base is not empty.
It looks like they're looking to gear back up to take the fight again because they have to here. But Queasy scarily leaving himself available and open, trying to tempt others to jump in. Meanwhile, Baka and Pars are gonna bring it down and then go for the catch. This could be everything here. Thomas takes a lot of damage. Queasy is hurt as well. The lobby sees what's happening here, and a desperate spray of builds starts to come out to try to keep them alive. No armored walls. This is the worst we've seen their loot.
They went for a risky maneuver really early on for what looked like an attempt to intercept Peterbot and Pollo's pathing, but now instead they find themselves caught in the crosshairs, 2 below the damage threshold. Seemingly the first time it feels like this weekend that we've seen this duo truly struggle with their surge management, but just like that, Thomas HD, Queasy, they find a moment of relief, a chance to breathe here, regenerate their shields as much as possible. But the situation continues to remain dire here for Vico, as he's a solo, no Flixie.
A lot of our top 3 right now in desperate situations for Vico here. What can you do? He's only 47 damage above the threshold. The damage needed starting to rack up here. He knows it, we know it. And now he moves. Goes back to where his teammate was fallen. Trying to get a little heal off here. And he is missing every opportunity to rotate. Thomas HD, Queasy have to go for a fight here. But no! They get caught and taken down! And just like that, the tournament run for Thomas HD and Queasy come to a close. Boyo and Peterbot effectively survived long enough to be your global champions.
Pollo and Peterbot, they're not even taking a moment to celebrate. It is all business as usual for these two. They They want to leave it out with a bang. They're trying to find this last victory royale. Peterbot called it yesterday in interviews on socials. I will get 3 victory royales on the day.
Peterbot's dancing in the box. He knows what just happened. He knows they have done enough.
They died. Come on. Yeah. Hold them. Come on. Come on, bro. Let's go, baby. Let me look.
He knows. They know. Boyo can't even hide the smile.
What?
You know, you got to think about it. Every single major this year, they have been at the podium top, including the back-to-back coming out of the majors, and then to win the in-person event for the global competition. The interviews that were racked up across all of the competitors here pointed in one direction, and that's to Peterbot, that's to Boyo. And they are still showing up in the last game, and they'll very likely win this at this point.
Peterbot is an undisputed best player in the world currently, alongside his duo Boyo. They're still making sure to deal with the lobby as needed. Ping floating in the water here, but Peterbot and Boyo, second in Major 1. And then the hat trick to conclude the year, first place every single time. What more could you ask for?
And he's got some of the most victories pulled here on the grand final stage. Just keeping it so close as well. Nothing of a perfect performance by any means, but just so far ahead of the rest. Clearly, he's a cut above the competition, but for others, there's still a lot to fight for here, as second and third are now out of the game. If Bolts and Bryce pull a big game here, they could very well jump their way up into some significant new prizing and maybe be called the third, maybe the second best team in the world.
They're not the only ones seeking it out either. You've got to keep in mind Trulex and Chicho, Wax and Ping, also Sphinx and Dukes. They had a little bit of a slip-in, but everyone is still within striking range, depending on who actually closes out. Lobby number 12, Bolts with the elimination from afar. It's going to be Baka that falls. Pars now a victim of the surge damage takes, as well as the focus of the lobby, and he's taken out.
Bolt's on the move right now, looking to secure that loot. Nicely done for him, but they are barely holding on right now. The surge should turn offline here shortly. However, they still want to find damage just to give them that peace of mind. Meanwhile, Clix is still up, trying to navigate this game. So there's a lot at works here. Bolt's looking around, Bryce looking around. What opportunities are available here? Not many.
Problem is how chaotic these final few moments are about to become. Everyone's got access to this river of sticks. Next to the sword reels, the underworld dashes coming into effect. Teams able to conserve as much material as possible with these vicious rotates, not to mention the aggression avenues that it opens up with being able to immediately dash into somebody else's box. Clone, Kramsu even taking full advantage, immediately charging at Seti and Cammy, but it's Chicho and Trulex who are trying to make the difference here. Janet's gonna be taken out. Monarch pistol accuracy on point currently for Chicho.
He's just so good with it. The highlights continuing to rack up. Now Chicho and Trulex hitting underneath the box. The Sphinx and Dukes who have the high ground here, but a rotate has to come out. It's a long stretch from here to the new zone. Sphinx is on the move right now. 37 players in the game, 19 duos remaining. Peterbot and Boyo still playing the low ground right now. They have eyes on Batman, Booger, and Rapid. They have eyes on Kanata and Cooper. Who will be the next to fall victim to your champions at this point?
Peterbot and Boyo are floating through this lobby. Quite literally, secondary height gonna fall under their control temporarily. They're still choosing to target forward, maintaining this front side position. They haven't challenged height just yet, but that scan bound to go out soon enough. They know Shadow Virgo directly underneath them. Bryce Bolts now trying to collapse into the same layers, but they realize it's Boyo, it's Peterbot underneath us. We've got to escape.
They can't stick around here for too much longer, or it'll be disastrous. And what a storybook finish for Peterbot and Boyo 2. They used to be the kings of Grim Gate. Let's not forget it. They played and Bryce. Up against Phaser and King now. They are very, very weak. However, the Surge is online, and they're taking a lot of damage here.
And Bryce and Bolts fall now. Walks, Ping, Trulex, Chicho, bound to have smiles from cheek to cheek, but the job's not finished. They've got to keep powering through. Same could be said here for Poyo and Peterbot. They've already secured the global championship, but they don't even care. They still want more.
Still makes you wonder how much harder everyone will need to work. They want to win this one and take it from Peterbot and Poyo, because look at what they're doing. They want to close out in strong fashion, and Brazilian duo up top of Ed and Persa are standing in their way, and Poyo wants nothing to do with it.
Poyo, Peterbot, they know only one player is between themselves and Hype. Instead, they will drop momentarily. They already got an elimination. Peterbot's still looking for more, though. Armored Wall's going to cut him off for the time being, but Peterbot, Poyo, they find King. Another 6 points added to the tab, and it's not done yet.
They're going to heal all the way up now. A little bit of mats to work with here, too, but they still need a bit more. Still looking for Ed, still looking for Persa, looking to break out the build, and I think they're up top, but no. They have everything to themselves now, but no material to work with.
Batman Booga and Rapid, they can tell up ahead. Teams pressuring onto their ceilings, but again, Teeny, Jap has already fallen, and Teeny just trying to do what he can to navigate the chaos. He sees Rapid go down. He wants to make his way to the body loop, but he's not going to be able to scurry any longer. Immediately taken out by Poyo nonetheless. Peterbot finds Teeny all the while. Virgo next to fall. And Trulex Chicho just doing what they can to survive.
And look at who jumps down once again. Peterbot, Poyo finding all these angles onto everyone. Meanwhile, Chicho lurking on the low ground takes out the immediate competition, securing their 3rd place. Peterbot, though, wants to win here. He's looking to take it from Reet. Claps back with a huge shot. Things have to slow down now. Poyo comes up to support his teammate. The scan comes out. They know where everyone's at. The med kit is there as well. Poyo, the perfect partner in crime for what is unfolding here right now. And just a couple of duels left. They don't have a lot of HP. Poyo looking to show them what he is made of.
Poyo and Peterbot have had so much time now to recuperate what they lost as far as health is concerned. Peterbot's already got one knock on to Trulex. It's just Chicho standing between them at this point. And Peterbot finds his 3rd victory royale of the day, but most importantly of all, a global championship.
The undisputed 2024 champion, Poyo, Peterbot, taking home in the only way they know how, and that is with a victory royale. Congratulations.
Everything was for this moment.
Forward! Would you please give it everything you've got for the FNCS Global Champions 2024, Peterbot and Poyo! Congratulations, come this way, guys. Come and stand in front of me. Bring the trophy with you. Come to stand just here, fellas. Bring that trophy, because it is very much all yours. Wow, you've done it. The Global Champions forward! Peterbot, I'm going to come to you first. How does it feel to officially confirm Global Champion?
It means the world to me. I mean, we knew we were going to win coming into it, and we're the best duo in the world.
Poyo, the trophy is yours. It has been an incredible year. Tell us exactly what's going through your mind right now as well.
I mean, this is amazing. Like, we got 2nd the first major, and then win. Just 3P.
We heard you earlier on the comms say, greatest in the world, baby. Is that what it feels like right now? You've proved it on this main stage.
Yeah, we are the greatest in the world. I will say that, for sure.
It's been an incredible 2024 for you guys. Back-to-back majors, the global championship as well. It feels unstoppable. How has your experience been this weekend? Everything play out as you planned? I mean, you came into this with such confidence, Poyo.
Yeah, I think we were gonna win. Like the first few games at the start of this day didn't go as like planned, but it ended up working in the end.
I'm going to ask as well here, you were really pushed to the limits there. You came in strong today. Bit more difficult, but you managed to ride through what the experience of this year and those major titles as well. That's really what feels like got you here as well to confirm officially greatest in the world.
Three-peat. We got a three-peat now.
I'm going to ask one last time as well for you guys, Poyo, what do you want to say to the fans out there? I mean, Fort Worth, make some noise one more time. The fans there, everyone watching at home. Anything you want to say to them down the camera right now, just say, what do you feel? You and Peter Bolt right here.
Thank you for everyone being here. My family's here as well. Thank you to them. Thank you for being here.
Peter Bolt.
Same for me.
One more time, Fort Worth, would you please put your hands together and give it up for your FNCS Global Champions 2024, Peter Bolt and Poyo!
There you have it. After an unbelievable year, Peterbot, Poyo, from a record-setting major number 2 to the back-to-back champions, coming in, defending titles. And now, here in Fort Worth, our global champions. Gentlemen, take a deep breath.
I don't need a deep breath.
You don't need a deep breath. I love it. Guys, I want you to just bask in that for a moment. You've done it. You set an unbelievable record in Major 2. You back-to-back in Major 3. And then you take it that one step further. A global championship title.
Oh, bro, let's go, dude.
Poyo, you said you're here with your family. How does it feel, man, to know you're a global champion? You've worked so hard all year long. Your family is here. NA is here with you. Fort Worth is here with you. Dig deep, tell me, how does it feel?
Feels amazing. I mean, last year I didn't do like as good as I wanted, so now winning, it feels even better. And then with the fans, my family being here, it makes it even better.
Peter Boss, same question, brother. Dig deep, let me know, how's it feeling?
I mean, I have 20 family members in the crowd right now.
Let's go.
Feels the world, you know what I'm saying?
Awesome stuff, guys. Listen, it's hard because you guys have broken records throughout the entirety of the year, almost every single one that has ever existed. You guys got second, first. Now you went on the international stage. I guess the question for me is, are your eyes or your goals set on anything else? Like, have you done it all? Do you want to go further? Do you want to just keep winning? Where are we going?
I mean, you can only just keep winning.
Peter?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think we're gonna win 3 out of 3 next year and win the globals next year too.
Wow.
Imagine that. Imagine that. Look, Poyo, you burst onto the scene last year. I remember you were trying out with Booga. Everyone said, who's this kid? Poyo, where's he come from? NA West, what on earth is going on? Your rise has been incredible. And of course, understandably, everyone looks at Peter and goes, this guy's the best in the world. But for you to have achieved what you've achieved the past 2 years, right? Talk to me about how you've done that and advice you'd give to young up-and-coming talent who want to do what you've done.
Yeah, so I got a good teammate, Sphinx. We ended up getting 3rd, 5th. We got a coach that really helped us. So from that, and then I played with Peter. So then we won. So to the people like out there that want to play, just play, like just play every day, and then just watch people, watch pros, watch your mistakes as well.
Guys, I want you to take a moment here. I just want you to just look around this stadium. Look at all of these fans standing up for you guys. They are here with you in this moment. You have created a moment in FNCS history that we'll remember forever. what do you guys want to say to these fans, to the fans at home who are watching and want to aspire to do what you do, who are literally yelling your name the same way these fans here have been yelling?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's home court advantage. The fans, you guys are amazing, and I appreciate all you guys for coming out and watching.
Same thing.
Absolutely fantastic. Fort Worth, one more time, give it up for your global champions! Guys, thank you so much. Grab your trophy, get out of here, go celebrate. We'll take those headsets from you.
Congrats, bro.
Hey.
That's right, go on. One more time, Dickies Arena, let them hear it! Man, Vivid, Levin, what do we even say? What else could we say about this duo? They have not allowed us to talk about anybody else. We've tried. We have tried. And yet, every step of the way, they have stolen the spotlight. And now they walk away as global champions.
I mean, being closely associated with the NAFNCS throughout the year, there were doubts every single major for this duo to win it. Yeah, the first one they got second, but every single time they proved everybody wrong, and Levin was talking about it. I mean, there were huge doubts coming into the global championship this year. Oh, Peterbot not going to be as good in person. Well, I think this performance has shut everybody else up. I have no idea what negative things you could have to say about this duo. They seem unstoppable.
I think everyone's pretty much established that, yes, these guys are the best team in the world. Forget about that. They are the best team of all time. There has never been a duo this good. Speaking of individuals, of course, the big man, Skinny P, there has never been a player that good. Nobody has reached the levels he has shown us this weekend. The way he played, I don't know if anybody ever will. This guy is a different gravy. This duo is a different level. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for them, man. This is special.
Just to think as well, I mean, Peterbot, it's crazy to think about it, you know. He is just this star, but behind every star, there's always that player to help him shine brighter. Pollo, it didn't matter the situations. He was always right there with Peterbot. In those situations where it looked bleak, I mean, even in that last game, Peterbot gets absolutely cracked and is recoiling, and Pollo is there instantly. Here's the med kit. Get back in the fight. This is the last game. We must win.
Sometimes it's hard to visualize. Sometimes it's hard to quantify, right? Just looking at the pure statistics. But these type of performances from Peterbot were not happening before teamed up with Pollo. There is something special about the chemistry of this duo. And why it may not always be obvious, it is definitely there.
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, these guys are the blueprint going forward. I think everybody sort of had conversations after that first major 2 dominance of, is this the future? Do you put 2 crazy fraggers next to each other and try to get them to figure out the game? I think we'll see a lot more duos in this mold being formed for years to come.
Just fantastic stuff, Levin. I have a question for you. You like to say that EU is on top, but how many FNCS Global Championship titles does EU have?
Go on.
How many global championship titles does NA have? Vivid, you were wearing a shirt yesterday. What was on that shirt again?
NA on top!
What do you got to say about that, big man?
Hey, man, 2024 has been NA's year. Absolutely. And I mean, no better duo you could have had than this one to be leading the charge for your region. I want to say a big props, of course. Everyone's going to, you know, give Peterbot and Pollo the praise. Absolutely, they deserve it. A lot of people expected it to be a blowout coming into the Global Championships with how good they've been. For Queasy and Thomas to have pushed it to the limit, honestly, I can't even believe Thomas has come second again. You know, Queasy on the global stage to come second again. It hurts. It hurts me. It will hurt them. But props to them for just how good they've been and at least pushing us to the final game. That was something many people would have never expected to happen. So Props to them and the rest of the EU boys filling up that top five. Not top five, top six. The rest of the EU boys filling up that top six. Super impressed by all of them.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously have to give Queasy Thomas flowers, right? They were the only duo. The moment Peter and Boyle started to pull away, they were the only duo that could hang. And it came down to the wire there. If their loadout had been just a little bit different, this could have been just infinitely changed. To see, you know, obviously, Viv, I would have loved to see just like Invitational, and he knew what he was doing, but still, to have just an amazing run, and of course, $300,000 there to the duo for coming in second place. Once again, life-changing amounts of